players are getting banned for using their controllers inside of Diablo Immortal. Is this really happening? Is this just people complaining? What's going on? Today we're going to be taking a look at the list of what's actually supported with Diablo Immortal, which if it's supported, you would expect for it to actually not be illegal to use inside of the game. Let me also note that I do feel that playing with a controller, I am at a disadvantage when I play. I don't feel I have as much control of where my character is going. I have a harder time aiming things than if I'm playing right on the glass or on the screen. And me not being one that loves to play on the keyboard and mouse, I would assume that players that did that had even more control than a controller would offer as well. This is the controller that people have been saying that they're getting banned using. The old school DualShock, this one says DualShock 3 PlayStation controller. It's an old school one. I mean, this thing's been around forever, but apparently multiple people have been banned from using this, which is odd. It doesn't offer anything that any other controller doesn't already offer. There's no hot buttons, there's no hot keys, there's no special triggers. So there's really no way to get an advantage from using it. But I want to know if you guys have also been getting bans or heard of bans from these controllers. Let's take a look right now at the list of what is actually accepted inside of the game. Looks like we have Windows wired controllers, a bunch of Logitech. It does say Sony DualShock 3, which was the image we just looked at. Maybe it was older controllers? I'm not sure. Xbox One wired, Xbox adaptive, Elite, Nintendo Switch controllers, lots of different DualShock, lots of the controllers that we already know. I don't see Xbox 360 controller on there. We have the Windows Bluetooth controllers as well. I personally don't love Bluetooth. I'd rather plug in and play. We don't want lag. We can't afford to get lag based on our gameplay. DualShock again is on there. Xbox One, Nintendo Switch Pro, and iOS devices. You could use the Backbone, the DualShock 4, Sony DualSense, Xbox Elite, Adaptive, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. And then on Android devices, a bunch of the same ones. A lot from Xbox, a lot from Sony, which leads me to believe that with some of these older Xbox controllers, older PlayStation controllers, I wonder if when the game was built, they didn't really think about people using a 360 controller, which actually, by the way, is my favorite controller I've ever used of all time in gaming. Xbox 360 controllers, I feel, are the absolute best. But maybe because of the old or the age of the generation, they didn't think that people would be using them and they didn't add them onto the supported controllers list, which means could they potentially be available to get banned for playing with that? I guess the next question is, if you do get banned for using an older controller, how do you get around that? How do you get in touch with Blizzard and say, look, this is what I'm using. I got banned. I'm playing fair, which of course, let's be honest, is what everyone's going to say no matter what. I'm playing fair, and I lost my account. We have our direct connects with them through Twitter, through Reddit, through forums, but it's difficult. It's not a position you want to be in. Makes you think twice about utilizing an external controller if it's not on this list right here, but disappointing to not see a couple of more older gen controllers on there, which I'm assuming is probably going to be something like the DualShock earlier generations, because that's what we've been hearing. Hopefully you guys weren't banned because of your controller, especially if you are a fair play player, which of course we all are. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. See you in the next one.